How Nigerian soldiers and DSS invaded Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho's house, killed some of his aides, even cats, and arrested bigger cats, thinking it's Igboho that turned into cats. Guys, this is a horrible narration here. Nigerian government and our security agents have actually made themselves the objects of ridicule. Let me bring you the news in details. Some of those working with Sunday Adeyemo, better known as Sunday Igboho, have narrated how gunmen in military uniform allegedly attacked the residence of the Yoruba rights activist. Several reporters have reported how Igboho's house in the Soka area of Ibadan, Oyo State, was attacked around 1 a.m. on Thursday. Why always in the midnight? Again, another junk reportage by the Gutter Express media of the Yoruba journalist, even when army have come out to allude to the fact that they were responsible for the invasion of the young man's house. Several reporters and other platforms are still writing on non-government gunmen in military uniform invaded Igboho's house. What rubbish is that? That's how they keep calling the Fulani terrorists that are killing people farmer headers class. I don't know where they say farmers. Rubbish. Instead of calling them by their names, terrorists. A particular race wants to exterminate an indigenous population, and you're there calling farmer headers clash. We continue. At least 10 vehicles belonging to the self-styled activist, including his G-Wagon, Prado SUVs, and valuable properties, furniture, and windows were destroyed. Bullet holes were also found on the buildings in the compound, while bloodstains were seen on the premises by our correspondent. Speaking to Sahara reporters, an aide to the Igboho who said he witnessed the incident said the attackers took away jewelry and a huge amount of cash belonging to the Yoruba activist and his family. The witness said, and I quote, "Around 1 a.m. we started hearing gunshots. There was pandemonium everywhere. Then we saw soldiers. They were dressed as if they were going for a battle. Before we knew what was happening, they started targeting places where people sleep in the house. It was God that saved me and others. They came prepared. Only God knows how they identified Igboho's room. They went there, took his money and jewelry, same as that of his wife and other family members. They even took away his cat when they didn't see him. They claimed it might be Igboho that turned to the cat, so they took it away. They shot at the cars and radioed the glasses and doors with bullets. This is pure terrorism. What else can you call it? If not state-sponsored terrorism that I always say. The witness here is saying that he didn't know how they were able to identify Igboho's house. Of course, there cannot be enemy outside without an enemy inside. And as a matter of fact, it was even a Yoruba woman that laid the oppression, the deadly oppression. Yes, it was on the news that is a Yoruba woman that laid that very deadly oppression. That tells you the rest of the things. And these other saboteurs hobnobbing with politicians and all that, there are also sycophants. So there are 1,001 people that will be ready to collect money and sell their own people. It's always been like that. That's what we are still battling in the East. Sahara reporters gathered that the operatives also killed some of the small cats found in the house while the big ones were taken away. Another person who spoke on condition of anonymity said they came around 1:30 a.m. and started shooting. They scaled the fence and started shooting at everybody and everything they saw. Imagine. Chief Sunday Igboho was around, but the way he escaped surprised everybody. An insider must have given them information about the house and its occupants. That is the narrator still, the witness still narrating. They were asking for each person by name and they killed 5 and took away their corpses. Imagine. They also whisked away a lady and wives of Igboho's aides who live in the house. Those who came are soldiers and Department of State Service DSS operatives. They even killed some small cats and arrested a bigger cat, believing Igboho might have turned to the cats. Very ridiculous. He's wondering how Igboho escaped. Of course, Igboho later made a statement yesterday in the evening from his hiding. He said, one, that the said arms and ammunition that they said he was harboring in the house, that he had nothing to do with arms. He is not the owner, it does not belong to him. Of course, me, I know I had already said that, because Nigerian police or army, they will arrest you, go to the armory, carry some arms and put it on you and unveil it to the world and tell the world that you are unknown government or they found those things in your house. Besides, I asked some of my Yoruba friends yesterday, so if Igboho now procured arms and ammunition, will he keep it in his house, in his living house? That would be very daft and unreasonable. I mean, if you even begin to believe what the Nigerian people are telling you, that means you are also daft in your own reasoning, because only a daft person can believe them, because they are so daft. Whenever they want to come up with an evidence, they don't make it very concrete. If you reason very well, you'll find out that it's a lie. Igbo also went on to say that he is protecting himself with traditional magic. Yes, he said it boldly like that. And of course, it's very, very understandable. Whatever thing you believe it very well. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu only believes in the Chukwokika Biama. He always says it. Other people trust in other things to protect themselves. If you believe in the traditional, in African magic or traditional magic, there is nothing wrong, especially if you find yourself in this kind of position in a country like Nigeria, because in this part of the world, everything good is evil and every truth is termed treason. We are in a mess. Meanwhile, like I was telling you a few moments ago, one of the survivors of that very deadly attack on Sunday Igboho and at his house has actually come up to reveal that it was a woman, a Yoruba woman, that led that very deadly attack. Speaking about the incident, the source, who was visibly angry, said Igboho was betrayed by some Yoruba people benefiting from the massive corruption going on in the country, Nigeria, today. According to him, the woman spoke loudly in Yoruba as she commanded others to take along with them the cats in the compound, because she thought Igboho might have turned into a cat. He said, I heard the lady speaking Yoruba saying they should pack all his cats. Meanwhile, those cats were bought the day chief told us that rats had been disturbing the house. This is very, very laughable of the zoo government and her security operatives. He continued saying they took away the cat as if the man turned to a cat. They don't know that God has a way of keeping those who are fighting for the masses. With this now, they have proved again that some Yoruba people are betrayers. Oh, you never know before. He says, why must Nigeria live together as a nation if our living together is not working? Nigeria is under a curse. It can't work and we must decide on the next thing to do. Buhari cannot send troops to attack Sheikh Ahmad Gumi and other criminals in the north, but he can send them to attack Igboho's residence. That is what we all are saying and complaining, my dear. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and may Elohim greatly bless you. Don't cease to pray for our agitators, especially those being attacked and incarcerated. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs your prayer. He sends his regard yesterday when barrister Ifeanyi Jofo and a team of barristers rather, went to meet him. I had given that report in the previous video I posted this morning. Please continue to pray for them and continue to pray for the movement of IPOB. Also, the Oduduwas, we are in solidarity with you guys. Nothing shall by any means harm Igboho, because we are together in this very fight. Continue to pray for your own also, and Elohim shall, at the end of the day, after these things, we shall have victory. He shall grant us victory. Thank you, and please drop your comment and make sure subscribe to our channel.